Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Aries for the month of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Aries. Now, I am using the Gilded Tarot, the Ethereal Visions Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and get all the cards out here. Now, I do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. All right, make sure we're all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. Okay. We'll go ahead and take 3 of these Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. And all right, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is all about accelerated motion. It's things moving ahead and moving along in your life. It's definitely a good sign to see the 8 of Wands in a tarot reading. This can be the feeling of getting unstuck, the feeling of something pushing ahead. This is also a card that indicates potential good news coming in from a distance. So that could be through social media, it could be through text messages, phone calls, letters, emails, whatever the case may be. And so you could be getting like a status update, or there could be good news that comes in here for you when you get the 8 of Wands. This is also a card of kind of being a little bit like, this can be something that like takes your breath away, right? This can be like news that you weren't expecting that's like, whoa, okay, like I need a minute to process this, but I don't really have time to process this type deal. And it's good news typically, just to be clear. And so, yeah, definitely love to see this. It can be a card of travel. You do have 2 cards of travel here, actually in a prominent position as well, with the 3 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. Some of you could be traveling here for work. Seems to be a theme for some people. It is interesting though, because pretty much the entire month of September we have a Mercury retrograde. And so if you are traveling, nothing to be concerned about. Just be aware to give yourself extra time to get to and from the airport or wherever you're going. Give yourself an abundance of time and you'll really help yourself out. So yeah, let's go ahead and just dive into this here. So in the overall situation, we do have this 3 of Wands. This 3 of Wands, this is all about kind of getting fired up. It is a card of travel. You can see that they are watching the ship sail away or seeing it sail towards them into shore. So it can actually be about travel, but it can also be about import-export. So like making it sail, making trade, situations like that. This is also about growth and expansion. It's a very positive card. This person is excited about the possibilities that are in front of them. And for them, the possibilities are as wide as the ocean. And they're realizing this. The other thing about the 3 of Wands is, by the way, this card's just been coming in for so many people. This can be about an initial win, it's like a small win that builds up to big wins over time. And, it's very important to kind of stack up the small wins in your life so that you can, get to the bigger, more fulfilling one. And so it's a sign of really good progress. And I get the sense, and, the 8 of Wands can represent progress. I get the sense that there's maybe even some luck in the progress that you're making here in this month, because you have this Wheel of Fortune with it as well. We do have a few challenges. I would say nothing to be super concerned about. As is always the case with tarot, this is just supposed to help you along your journey. It's not the end all be all. So just keep that in mind. In the past, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the 3 of Swords, and you also have the Queen of Pentacles here showing up here. So isn't that interesting? You have a split with the 3 of Swords of a couple or a pairing or counterparts here. Now, if this was a love reading, it would be a very simple what you see is what you get type of deal, because the 3 of Swords literally means separation, divorce, separation, breakup. And the King and the Queen of Pentacles is a counterpart in the tarot. you know, what's going on here, now listen, these are not love readings, but, you know, going through a divorce, there's a financial element to that, right? And so some of you could be going through a divorce proceeding in the past, or this is showing up in the past. So I'm not forecasting divorce. I'm saying that this has maybe already happened, and maybe there was like a prenup, or you know, maybe there wasn't, and you know, you're trying to figure that out. Yeah, there could be something related to a separation between like a significant other in the past that happened, and this could have had a very serious sort of financial element to it. If you're not going through that, which not everybody will be, the King and the Queen of Pentacles, they are practical people. You know, if they prefer to save their money, and kind of, for them, a purchase, their preferred purchase would be like an asset, such as a stock or real estate, or maybe cryptocurrencies or whatever. And so the reason being is they're very interested in building their empire. The King of Pentacles is one of the empire cards that I consider to be in the tarot, because they've made it. They've climbed the ladder. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's extremely smart about money, like budgeting, planning, investing, like doing those sorts of things. And so you could have those sorts of qualities about yourself here in the past that you've been developing. The interesting thing is you have this Three of Swords in between it, which is perhaps some of you have had to separate yourself from some of your financial goals. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the Three of Swords, you know, it could have also said that in the past there was a loss in your career, or a job loss or something. Now again, I'm not forecasting this. This has happened in the past, so let's try to get some more details here. In the current situation, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Three of Wands, and you have the Wheel of Fortune showing up. So the Three of Wands, you know, this idea of getting fired up and kind of really excited about what you could be growing at this time, Aries. Some of you are still thinking about a loss, okay? And you have this here showing up with the Five of Swords. There's clearly something that you had to separate from. It might have been money. You may have had to part ways with a house or an investment, something like this. You may have had to sell something you didn't want to sell. Again, this is in the past, but this, whatever this thing is for you, this is showing up in your mind here with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about loss. However, take a look. The sun rays are coming out of this person who is defeated. This indicates that they are going to be stronger, and it indicates that they are down, but they're not out. And so when you get the Five of Swords, it's totally recoverable, right? This is not doom and gloom. You will get much stronger as a result of going through whatever struggle or challenge that you have gone through. You know, we sign up for struggles and challenges in this lifetime. It's part of the human experience on Earth. And so you also have this Wheel of Fortune, which I love to see for you. The Wheel of Fortune represents change. It is just plainly a card of change, but this is about a change in your destiny. And this can be about a change in good luck. And, you know, this is surrounded by, you know, decent cards here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. The Five of Cups is a little bit, it can be a card of disappointment, but the Wheel of Fortune in this lower row can be something that you don't expect, or something that you're not seeing in your life. And the Wheel of Fortune, you know, in this case, this suggests that perhaps there's a turning of your destiny. The wheel of your destiny is spinning in a new direction for you here. And the tides are sort of turning for you. So, you know, I get the sense that some of you, whatever loss is going on here, it's like you're definitely down, but you're not out type of energy is what I'm feeling from this reading. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. And I do think that there's a decent amount of luck here. You have Jupiter energy with the Three of Wands. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. Three of Wands is the planet, Three of Wands is a card of growth and expansion, but Jupiter is also a planet of luck. Wheel of Fortune is associated with Jupiter. And so you do have some elements of luck here. And it's almost like luck when you least expect it, or you know, in going through a challenge, you really put yourself in a position to get lucky a little bit. And yeah, something like this is coming to my mind. In the future, you have the Seven of Wands, the Devil, and the Five of Cups. Definitely a challenge coming in here, but nothing that you can't handle. The Seven of Wands says that you are ready to stand your ground and commit to winning something. You've already won something with the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is the card that comes before the Seven of Wands. And so the Seven of Wands says that you're ready to commit to continue winning here, and to realize that it's okay to be a successful person. And this card is a card of defending yourself and standing your ground and sticking up for what you believe in. It can come forward when there's competition in the workplace. You have this Devil card. It's possible that some of you are dealing with a toxic person here, especially as you have this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles separation energy with the Three of Swords. It is possible that some of you are dealing with separation or a toxic person. Ultimately, it's good to separate from toxic people. And so you can see how the silver lining is sort of being threaded here in this reading. This is also a card that indicates issues around power and control. And so sometimes in life, we just kind of have to do the best that we can, you know? And that's kind of what I feel like saying here. The Five of Cups can also say, you know, the Five of Cups is about disappointment. It really asks you to look on the bright side. I get the sense that some of you could really be looking on the bright side, but right now, instead of looking for the positives, you're looking for the negatives. And that's something that you could actively simply change. One change here could really produce some great results, at least mentally for you at this time. So yeah, definitely like what I see. Despite the challenge, there's definitely an extremely positive silver lining here. So let's go ahead and take a look at these Kipper cards. Okay, so you have Mature Man, False Person, and Coffin. There's an ending with somebody here, okay? I do think that this person is like masculine. I don't read genders in my cards. I only read energies, so I don't attach genders to the cards. And so I do feel like they have a bit of a masculine energy. I do think that you're separating from this person. I just get the sense that, you know, this False Person card is one of the hardest cards to find in this Kipper deck, and I just get the sense that they do not have the best intentions here. The thing is, with the Coffin card, that person's exiting your life. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not challenging, but I do, with the Devil, I do think it's ultimately good to rid yourself of toxic people. Yeah, courthouse, again, divorce for some of you here going on, and I think that there's like a financial element to that, of course. So let's go ahead and let's start to clarify this. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, Queen of Wands, Death card, High Priestess, and the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, look, the partnership element here is very clear. Two cups, two people, right? Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Definitely feel like, and then there's probably another person involved here with the Queen of Wands. You have Three of Pentacles. You can see three people on the cards. You have two queens, a king. I think there's a third party for some of you that you're involved in. Doesn't matter. I'm trying not to make this. This is not a love reading. This is a finance reading, career reading. But what's really significant to me was jumping out as the Eight of Wands twice here. Again, that can be a card of like something taking your breath away, like something that you're not expecting, a surprise. It can be a surprise. And you have this energy here with the Wheel of Fortune, where it's like, I think that some of you will be surprised by an outcome when you least expect it. It's almost like the key here for you, Aries, is to simply show up. If you show up, everything will fall into place, is what I feel like saying. There's clearly a transformation going on here with the Death card, and you know, the end of a relationship for some of you. Definitely change. Definite change is on the horizon, and I think has been for many of you. But I think it's just like you're dealing with this right now with the Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands twice, Death card, Five of Swords. Like there's some sort of change here going on. High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. You may feel like You may feel like there are secrets that are being kept from you in the workplace between colleagues. You may be a little bit concerned about rumors or rumor making or something like that here. Just be mindful of what you're attracting at this time. The Queen of Wands is a major card of attraction, and so make sure you're attracting healthy, positive energy into your life instead of attracting negative. Again, this is a time for you to focus on the good things, the things are going right, the positives in your life, and remove the tendency to highlight the negatives, because that could be huge for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.